video, I'm going to be taking you through a homeschool with me, sort of how we homeschool, what materials we're using, and hopefully you can get an idea of what to do for your children. So today on our list of things to do for homeschool, we are going to work on some handwriting. We are going to do a math lesson. We're going to utilize some online tools and show you kind of what works for us. Hopefully this gives you some idea of what you can do at home with your kiddos. It is now time to jump into our homeschool lesson. And rather than working in your actual handwriting workbook today, you're going to start review with this. I would like for you to, hold on, listen before you touch the materials. Look me in the eye so I know you're paying attention and listen.
While Vivian is working on her handwriting, I like to use this time to answer emails or sneak in a little bit of editing. It usually takes her 15 or 20 minutes to do her handwriting lesson, depending on what it is. And it's a really good time for me to just get anything done on the computer that I need to do that I can't do when we're doing other work.
You need to use the solid top line. Put your marker there. Then very good. See the difference? Mm-hmm. That looks much more like the ones that you traced.
High five.
There you go. Good job. All right, keep working.
One thing that is really important with teaching at home is to not make your child feel bad for any mistakes made during a lesson. Mistakes are how we learn, so it's really important to remind them of that, and I try to do that with Vivian.
So one of the things that I like to do as a way of keeping track of what we're doing, instead of planning out every single thing that I want to do in a homeschool day, I like to just write out what we accomplished. That way I can sort of plan the next day what I would like to get done, or have an idea of what I'd like to get done. So even though I have a general idea, I'd like to get through handwriting, I'd like to get through math and a couple of other things, read aloud today. If those things don't happen, I can at least write down what specific things we did get through. That way we know where to start off the next day.
One question I get asked quite frequently is how I manage homeschool with other children around who aren't doing homeschool at the moment, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not easy to juggle having 3 kids and doing homeschool, but it is worth it to me, and you just have to go into it not expecting every day to go perfectly. Not every single day is going to look the same, and that's okay. Have expectations, but try not to be disappointed if those expectations aren't met. Just go with the flow. That's the best thing I've done for my mindset as a homeschool mom. To give Vivian a fun activity to do before we move on to the next subject, I like to utilize ABC Mouse, an online learning resource for children, and we'll usually just do like a quick game or a quick lesson in ABC Mouse. She loves ABC Mouse.
Come on, Stella. Come on. All right, Viv, come have a seat. So now that we've finished up with Vivian's handwriting review and she's done a quick little ABC Mouse activity, we're gonna go ahead and move on to math.
This is the Good and the Beautiful math curriculum. As somebody who is not very good at math, I love this curriculum because it makes it so easy to teach, and Vivian really enjoys learning from it.
So Viv, how many groups of 10 are there in the number 20?
2.
2, good job. And how many ones are there?
10.
Nope. Look in your ones column. How many ones do you have?
0 1.
0, very good. So as I lay these shapes out, I want you to name them for me.
Square.
Good.
Circle. Hexagon. Rectangle. Pentagon.
Very good. All right, now I'm gonna mix them up. Go ahead and lay them out in order.
So do remember that while you see us using the Good and the Beautiful, which is a curriculum that we did pay for, there are so many good free resources available for you to use. You can find so many good resources, and I'm going to leave a few of them in the description box below.
Put it on 1.
Yep, go ahead and put the B on 1. What number comes after 1?
2.
Roll the dice. Roll. And I've got 2. So I'm gonna put the B on the number 2, and your job is to tell me what comes before and after 2.
1, 3.
Good job.
Can
Now
I
it's your
go
turn.
with
Yeah,
these?
you take a turn.
One of the beautiful things about homeschool is that I get to make learning fun for my daughter. It never feels like a chore, at least I hope it doesn't feel like a chore, and it's something that she really looks forward to. So I think it's such a blessing to be able to make learning as fun as you want it to be in your own home.
I want you, with your finger, to trace the number 7 5 times.
One thing I've learned with homeschooling Vivian, especially at her age, she's almost 6, is not to spend too much time on one subject, because then she gets really mentally fatigued, and if I keep pushing it, she gets frustrated, I get frustrated because she loses her attention span, so it can just be frustrating for both of us. So one tip I have is to not spend too much time on one particular subject and to keep it fun. You're going to hear me say that a lot, keep it fun. So now that we're finished with math, I'm going to go ahead and let Vivian pick an activity to do during our read aloud. When we do our read alouds, I allow her to do something that will keep her hands busy while also allowing her to still pay attention to what I am reading. I just find that it makes reading out loud to her a little bit easier and a little bit more enjoyable. When I am picking our read aloud books, I try to pick books that are a little ahead of where her reading level is currently, but are still within something that I feel like she would be interested in and pay attention to. So we are reading about the civil rights movement today.
All right, guys, that is all we have for you in today's video. Thank you for joining us for our homeschool lesson for today. Vivian is still playing with Play-Doh in the background, and I will see you in the next adventures of motherhood. Bye.